My precious child, I have sat beside you in the velvet darkness of every night you spent weeping in the silence of your room. I have seen the way you fold your arms across your empty middle, as if trying to hold together a heart that feels like it is shattering into 1,000 invisible pieces. When you walked through the halls of your home and heard only the echo of your own footsteps, instead of the pitter-patter of tiny feet you so desperately crave, I was there, catching every sigh that escaped your lips. You have felt forgotten, as though the world is moving forward in a fertile bloom while you remain stuck in a perpetual, frozen winter. You have watched the seasons change, counting the months not by the calendar, but by the cycles of hope and the crushing weight of disappointment that follows. I want you to know, with a certainty that anchors your soul, that I have never been closer to you than in those moments of profound isolation. I am the God who sees you. When you were at that gathering and had to slip away to the bathroom to dry your eyes because a well-meaning friend shared news that felt like a knife to your spirit, I was there. I saw the bravery it took for you to walk back out with a smile on your face, even as your soul was screaming with the unfairness of it all. Your tears are not lost in the void. They are written in my book, each one a testament to a love so great it is already reaching out for a child not yet seen. I have heard the prayers you could not even form into words, the ones that were nothing more than a ragged breath and a desperate please, whispered into the sheets. Do not think for a single moment that my silence was an absence or that my delay was a denial. I am the architect of time, and I have been weaving a tapestry of life for you in the secret places of the spirit, far beyond the reach of human eyes or medical reports. The weight of your longing is heavy, yes, but it is heavy because it is filled with the substance of a miracle that is currently taking shape. You look at your body and see a desert, but I look at you and see a garden that I am preparing to water with the dew of heaven. I know the names you have secretly tucked away in the back of your mind. I know the way you linger in the baby aisle of the store, your heart racing with a mixture of agony and hope before you force yourself to turn away. I see the nursery that exists in the architecture of your dreams, the one you are afraid to build in the physical world for fear of the pain it might bring. I am the Father who feels every sting of your barrenness, and I tell you today, your cries have reached my ears, and they have moved my heart. I am not a God who is distant or indifferent to the hollow ache in your womb. I am the one who formed you, and I am the one who knows the exact moment that life will ignite within you. Your loneliness has been a sanctuary where I have been drawing you closer to my own heart, teaching you to lean on a strength that is not your own. Though the world may see a struggle, I see a woman of great faith who is being prepared for a joy that will overflow and wash away every memory of this sorrow. You are not defined by what your body has not yet produced. You are defined by the fact that you are mine, and I am a God of life. The barren places of your life are about to be visited by the breath of life. I am coming to you in the midst of your quiet desperation to tell you that the story does not end here. The chapters of waiting are being turned, and a new narrative is being written, one of laughter that replaces the sobbing, and of fullness that replaces the void. Hold on to me. Let my presence be the comfort that carries you through the final stretch of this wilderness. I am the God of Sarah, who laughed in her old age. I am the God of Hannah, who wept at the altar until her heart was satisfied. And I am your God, the one who is even now speaking life into the places you thought were dead. You are seen, you are loved, and you are about to witness the power of a promise kept. The miracle is not just coming, it is already beginning its journey to your arms. Can you feel the shift in the invisible realm? The spiritual atmosphere surrounding you is no longer thick with the haze of delay. It is charged with the electricity of my yes. For too long, you have walked through a landscape of barren trees and frozen rivers, believing that the frost would never melt. But I, the Lord of the seasons, have decreed a change. The winter is passing, and its cold grip is losing its hold on your identity and your body. Can you not hear the cracking of the ice? Can you not feel the subtle warmth of my favor beginning to radiate through the very core of your being? I am the God who calls those things which be not as though they were, and today I am calling life into the quiet halls of your womb. I am moving the clouds of sorrow aside to make way for the dawn of a new realization. I am doing a new thing, and even now it is springing forth. Do you not perceive it? It begins as a whisper in your spirit, a tiny spark of hope that refuses to be extinguished by the wind of past disappointments. That spark is my own hand lighting a fire that will result in the warmth of a child's breath against your cheek. I am stirring the soil of your life, breaking up the hardened ground that was packed down by years of waiting and no. I am making it soft, receptive, and fertile. The seeds of life that I have placed within you are not dead. They were merely waiting for the divine timing of my command. I speak now to the depths of your physical being, to every cell and every system that has been dormant or misaligned. I speak to the biological clocks and the hormonal tides. Align yourselves with the rhythm of my spirit. I am the great physician, and I am performing a work that no medicine can claim and no logic can explain. This is not just a biological event. It is a holy visitation. I am hovering over the void of your womb just as I hovered over the face of the deep at the beginning of creation. Where there was emptiness, I am commanded light to shine. Where there was silence, I am preparing the sound of a heartbeat. You have spent many nights looking at the stars and wondering if I had forgotten my promise to you, just as Abraham once did. But look again. Those stars are not just lights in the sky. They are reminders of my limitlessness. I am not bound by your age, your history, or the reports of men. I am the God of the impossible, and I find great joy in turning the never into now. The spiritual atmosphere is shifting from a season of mourning to a season of manifestation. The heaviness that has rested on your shoulders, that weight of inadequacy and not enough, is being lifted. I am replacing it with a garment of praise. I want you to begin to prepare your heart for the change. Clear out the room of your mind where you have stored your grief. Make space for the arrival of wonder. I am doing something so fresh, so vibrant, and so uniquely tailored to your story that it will erase the bitterness of the years you thought were lost. You are entering a time where my grace will be so tangible that you will feel it in your very bones. This is the moment where the spiritual becomes physical. I am bridging the gap between my promise and your reality. The stirrings you feel in your soul are the echoes of the life that is forming. Do not be afraid to believe again. Do not be afraid to hope with a wide-open heart. I am not setting you up for another disappointment. I am setting you up for a testimony that will shake the hearts of those who have watched your struggle. I am making you a living proof that I am still the God who opens the womb. I am the God who remembers. The seeds of life are beginning to stir, reaching toward the light of my love. This is the day of your visitation. The winter is over, my beloved. The time for the singing of birds has come, and the voice of the turtle is heard in your land. Watch, wait, and rejoice, for the new thing is here. I am reaching into the deep, quiet places of your heart, where you have hidden the fragments of your hope, those delicate pieces of a dream you thought might never come together again. I see the scars left by the months of waiting and the years of wondering if I had forgotten your name. But I tell you now, your name is written upon the palms of my hands. I am the God who counts your tears, and not one has fallen to the ground without my notice. They have been seeds planted in the soil of my faithfulness. Today, I am coming to you as the great physician and the everlasting Father, the one who heals not only the body but the very soul that has been bruised by the weight of disappointment. I am washing away the trauma of the previous months and years, the moments of silent grief that only the moonlight witnessed, the sudden stings of sadness when you saw another's joy, and the heavy, suffocating weight of the question, why not me? I am pouring the oil of my spirit over the places where bitterness tried to take root, softening the hardened earth of your expectations. You have felt like a desert, dry and cracked under the sun of unmet promises, but I am sending the former and the latter rain to soak into your very marrow. I am removing the memory of failure from your DNA. I am rewriting the narrative of your life from a story of lack to a story of divine abundance. My touch restores what has been broken, much like a potter mending a vessel with pure gold, making it stronger and more radiant than it was before the fracture. Do not look back at the empty cribs of your imagination with sorrow, for I am filling those spaces with a light that will never fade. I am speaking to your womb. Be healed, be open, be fruitful. I am speaking to your mind. Be at peace, be still, be renewed. The trauma of the past is a shadow that disappears when the sun rises, and I am the sun of righteousness rising with healing in my wings. I am scrubbing away the labels you have placed upon yourself in the dark, barren, unfruitful, broken. These are not the names I have given you. I call you mother. I call you blessed. I call you the bearer of my glory. Every disappointment was a labor pain of the soul, a stretching of your capacity to hold the weight of the glory I am about to reveal. I am clearing the path of every obstacle, every medical report that spoke against my word, and every generational pattern that sought to limit your legacy. My grace is deeper than your history of loss. I am taking the sting out of the memories that used to make you flinch, replacing the ache with a gentle assurance. You will look back on this time of waiting and see it not as a period of abandonment, but as a season of deep, hidden preparation. I was hiding you under the shadow of my wings while I worked a miracle that required your total surrender. Now, the veil is being lifted. The heaviness is falling off like a garment that no longer fits your new identity. You are being clothed in the robes of joy and the mantle of praise. I am the God of the second chance, the God of the 11th hour, the God who makes all things new. Even now, my restorative power is flowing through your bloodstream, through your reproductive organs, and through your nervous system, calming the storms of anxiety that have kept you in a state of perpetual fear. Rest in me. Your body is no longer a site of struggle. It is a sanctuary of life. I am tending to the garden of your life with the hands of a loving father, pruning away the dead branches of past regrets, so that the new growth can flourish without hindrance. You will not carry the trauma of the past into the blessing of your future. You will enter this new season with a clean slate and a heart that beats in perfect rhythm with mine. The miracle I am placing within you is not fragile. It is sustained by my own hand. I am the one who creates life out of nothing, and I am the one who protects what I create. Your womb is being sanctified and prepared as holy ground for the promise to manifest. Trust the process of my healing. Let the warmth of my love penetrate the cold places of your past. I am here, I am moving, and I am restoring you to wholeness. Every sigh of your heart has been heard, and every prayer you thought went unanswered was actually being held in a golden bowl before my throne. Now I am pouring out the answer. The restoration is not partial, it is complete. You will look in the mirror and see not the woman who was disappointed, but the woman who was visited by the Most High. The years that the locusts have eaten are being returned to you in a single season of harvest. I am making your heart a soft bed for the new thing I am doing. Sleep in peace tonight, for the God who neither slumbers nor sleeps is watching over the seed of your miracle. As you rest, let the heavy cloak of how slip from your shoulders. You have carried the weight of logistics and the burden of understanding for far too long, attempting to solve the equation of your own fruitfulness, with a mind that was never meant to carry the blueprints of heaven. I am the great architect, and I do not require you to understand the physics of the miracle in order for it to manifest in your flesh. You have looked at the numbers, the biological reports, and the passing of the months, trying to find a logical path to your joy, but I am the mathematician of the impossible. I am the one who speaks to the void and produces substance. I do not need a foundation of human probability to build a masterpiece of life. When you feel the urge to figure it out, to map the hormonal shifts and the biological roots, I want you to exhale and remember that I am the source. Your only task is to be the vessel. You are the garden and I am the gardener. Does the soil worry about how the seed will break through its shell? Does the earth fret over the chemistry of the rain? No, it simply remains open. It stays soft. It receives. Be soft, my beloved. Be receptive to the supernatural, for the how belongs entirely to me. And the when, that persistent thorn in your side, is held firmly in my hands. You have marked calendars and watched the rising of the moon with a heavy heart, feeling as though time is a river running dry. But I am the Lord of time. I stand outside its boundaries, yet I step into its moments to bring forth my will. Your when is not a day of chance. It is a day of appointment. There is a specific moment, curated by my love, when the cry of life will break the silence of your home. It is closer than you think, yet I am using this space between the promise and the fulfillment to anchor your soul in a peace that cannot be shaken by the world. Do not watch the clock with an anxious eye, for my timing is not a delay. It is a divine synchronization of every element of your life. Replace your fear of the future with the weight of my glory. Fear is a thief that steals the joy of the promise before it even arrives. It whispers of old shadows and past sorrows, trying to convince you that your future will be a repetition of your history. But I am the God of the new. I am not interested in your past disappointments except to heal them. My peace is not merely the absence of noise. It is a sentinel standing guard over your womb and your mind. It is a shield that deflects the what-ifs that keep you awake. When the enemy whispers of the risks, I whisper of my reward. When the world speaks of statistics, I speak of my sovereignty. Rest now in my sovereign arms. Imagine yourself as a child held against my chest, where the rhythm of my heartbeat becomes the rhythm of your own. A child does not need to know the path to the destination. They only need to know the one who carries them. You do not have to hold yourself together anymore. You do not have to maintain the facade of strength or the exhaustion of constant prayer. I am the one holding you. I am the one navigating the complexities of your body and the timing of your miracle. In your stillness, my power is moving. In your surrender, my strength is perfected. The future is not a dark room you must enter with trembling. It is a hallway of light I have already walked through, preparing the way for you and the child of your promise. Let go of the need to control the outcome. Control was always a heavy illusion, a burden I never intended for your shoulders. As you release it, you will find that you are not falling into an abyss, but falling into the depths of my grace. Every cell in your body is responding to the tranquility of my presence. I am smoothing out the jagged edges of your worry and filling the hollow places of your doubt with the solid substance of my peace. You are safe. Your miracle is safe. The how and the when are settled in the heavens. Walk now in the quiet confidence of a daughter who knows her father has already provided everything she needs before she even thought to ask. As you settle into this peace, I see the subtle ripples of a new concern beginning to stir within your heart, a shadow that tries to dim the glow of the promise I have placed within you. You have accepted the spiritual reality of the miracle, but now your human mind turns to the practical weight of the life that follows. You look at the world around you, with its shifting economies and its cries of scarcity, and you wonder if you have enough to offer the soul I am sending. You look at your own hands and find them trembling, questioning if they are strong enough or full enough to sustain the gift of a child. Hear me now, my precious daughter. I am Jair, the Lord who sees and the Lord who provides. This name is not merely a title to be recited. It is an eternal covenant that governs your very existence. Do not allow the spirit of lack to whisper lies into the sanctuary of your hope. Do you truly believe that I would break the silence of a barren womb only to leave the cradle empty of sustenance? Do you think I would weave a masterpiece of life in the secret place, and then fail to provide the canvas and the colors for its expression? I do not give a promise without first securing the means to sustain it. In the divine order of my kingdom, the provision is never an afterthought. It is a prerequisite. Before I ever spoke the word of life over your body, I had already set in motion the currents of supply that will carry you and your child through every season of your lives. The resources you require are not being gathered in response to your need. They have been waiting for your arrival. Just as I prepared the garden for the first man before I breathed life into his nostrils, I have prepared a field of abundance for the child of your promise. Look not at your bank accounts through the lens of human limitation, but look at my storehouses through the lens of my infinite love. Your math is based on the visible and the finite, but my economy is based on the invisible and the eternal. I am the God who commands the ravens to feed the hungry, who makes the widow's oil multiply in the pouring, and who turns 5 small loaves into a feast for thousands. Your provision is currently in the thicket of my perfect timing. Just as the ram was already on the mountain before Abraham ever lifted the knife, your supply is already positioned in your future, waiting for the moment you step into the need. You do not see it yet because you are not yet at the place where it is required, but do not mistake its invisibility for its absence. I am Jair, and I see the end from the beginning. I see the education, the clothing, the food, and the shelter that this child will require 20 years from now, and I have already accounted for it all. Anxiety is a thief that seeks to steal the joy of today by borrowing the imagined troubles of tomorrow. It calculates based on what you possess today, but it forgets what I will command into your hands tomorrow. I am opening doors of favor that you did not even know existed. I am whispering your name to those who will be instruments of my blessing. I am preparing breakthroughs in your labor and insights in your mind that will create wealth and stability where there was once only a desert. This child is not a financial burden. This child is a seed of destiny, and I never plant a seed in soil I have not already fertilized with my grace. You are a daughter of the King, and the King's household is never in want. The child you carry, the child I am bringing forth, is a citizen of my kingdom, and I take full responsibility for my citizens. Let go of the need to solve the mysteries of next year's needs. Your only task is to remain in the posture of a receiver, to keep your heart open to the flow of my goodness. I am smoothing out the path before you. I am filling the hollow places of your worry with the solid substance of my reliability. Every breath this child takes will be supported by the atmosphere of my providence. You are safe. Your miracle is safe. Your future is safe. I am your father, your protector, and your provider. I have never once failed to honor a promise, and I will not start with you. The provision is not coming. It is already here, resting in the palm of my hand, waiting for you to simply trust and receive. Walk now in the quiet confidence of one who knows that the source of all life is also the supplier of all needs. You have nothing to fear, for Jair has already gone before you. Behold, I am the potter and you are the clay, but more than that, I am the life-giver who breathes into the very dust of your biology. Do not look at the medical reports as the final manuscript of your destiny, for I hold the pen that writes the laws of nature itself. I am now leaning in close to the sanctuary of your body, that sacred space I designed to be a tabernacle for new life. To your reproductive system, I say, be opened. To the dormant places within you, I say, awaken. I created every delicate tube, every lining, and every intricate hormonal pathway with a precision that defies human understanding. I know the exact count of your cells, and I am moving through them now with the warmth of my presence. Think not that your body is a broken vessel. See it instead as a garden that has been waiting for the appointed season of my reign. I am blessing the very soil of your womb. I am commanding the cycle of your life to align with the rhythm of my spirit. There is no scar tissue too thick for my love to penetrate, no imbalance too great for my hand to steady, and no clock too late for my timing to override. I am the God of the cellular level. I see the microscopic dances of life that no eye has ever beheld, and I am speaking health over every single one of them. Your womb is not a place of emptiness. It is a place of preparation. I am clearing away the debris of past disappointments. I am washing the walls of your heart and your body with the water of my word. Feel the heat of my restorative power moving through your midsection. It is the fire of my love, consuming the lies of inadequacy and the coldness of fear. I am the one who knit you together, and I am the one who will knit a new life within you. I am breathing upon your ovaries, commanding them to release the potential I placed there before the world began. I am speaking to your blood, that it would carry the nourishment and the oxygen of heaven to every corner of your reproductive being. You are a masterpiece of my design, and I do not make mistakes. When I said be fruitful, I was not giving a suggestion. I was releasing a mandate that resonates through your very marrow. I am removing the label of barren and replacing it with blessed. I am the gardener who knows exactly how to make the desert bloom. Trust the process of my reconstruction. I am repairing what was worn, renewing what was tired, and reviving what was still. Every hormone in your body is now coming into a divine symphony, directed by my hand. There will be no discord, no chaos, and no dysfunction. I am the God of order, and I am bringing my holy order to your physical frame. Your body is a temple, and I am filling its inner rooms with the light of my promise. Do not fear the passing of time, for I am the author of time. I can compress years of waiting into a single moment of manifestation. I am speaking to your spirit, but I am also speaking to your flesh. Live, I say to your womb. Flourish, I say to your health. Your strength is being renewed like the eagle S. You will not only conceive, but you will carry, and you will bring forth with a strength that is not your own. I am the great physician, and my prescription for you is life in abundance. I am hovering over you now, just as my spirit hovered over the waters at the beginning of creation, bringing form to the formless and life to the void. Receive the touch of my hand upon your body. Accept the truth that I am more than able to do this. Your reproductive system is not a mystery to me. It is my own handiwork, and I am currently performing a miracle in the hidden places. Peace be to your body. Peace be to your womb. Peace be to every cell that is even now responding to the sound of my voice. I am the architect of the bridge between the seen and the unseen, and I am constructing that bridge within you right now. You have felt the weight of the silence, the echo of the empty room, but I am filling that silence with the soft rhythm of a second heartbeat. I am the God who remembers. I remembered Sarah in her old age. I remembered Hannah in her tears, and I am remembering you in this very hour. My memory is not a passive thought. It is a creative force. When I remember a promise, it must come to pass. I am placing my seal of vitality upon your innermost parts. I am speaking to the chemistry of your body, commanding it to respond to the frequency of my peace. No longer will your body be a source of sorrow for you. It will be a testimony of my faithfulness. I am weaving together the delicate threads of life, preparing the nest for the miracle I am about to deliver. I am blessing the seeds of the future. I am sanctifying the ground upon which this new life will grow. Every day that you walk as a carrier of my promise. Every breath you take, you are breathing in the life-giving essence of my grace. I am your creator, and I am intimately acquainted with every fiber of your being. I am not distant, I am within you, working, mending, and creating. The world says impossible, but I say I am. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am breaking through the barriers of your biology. Your womb is a sanctuary of my glory. It is a place where the divine touches the human. I am hallowing it. I am making it a place of joy. The sorrow of the past is being swallowed up by the power of my presence. I am speaking health over your future children, even before they are formed, for I knew them before the foundation of the world. I am preparing you to be the vessel of a miracle that will leave many in awe of my power. Stand tall in your identity as a daughter of the Most High. Your body is not your enemy. It is my instrument. I am tuning it now to the song of life. I am the God who makes the barren woman a joyful mother of children. This is not just a hope, it is your reality in my kingdom. Walk in this truth. Let it settle deep into your bones. Your miracle is not a matter of if, but a matter of I have spoken. And what I have spoken I will perform. Your womb is blessed. Your body is whole. Your miracle is alive within the current of my will. Understand, my child, that time is but a canvas upon which I paint the masterpiece of your life, and do not mistake the space between my promise and its manifestation for my absence or indifference. You have counted the days, the months, and the years, and in your counting you have often felt the heavy weight of silence. But in my realm, silence is the laboratory of the miraculous. It is the quiet before the dawn, the stillness of the soil before the seed breaks through. My delays are never my denials. They are the intentional movements of a father who refuses to give you anything less than the perfect manifestation of his love. I am not slow as the world counts slowness. I am precise. I am aligning the stars, the seasons, and the very fabric of your reality to ensure that when your miracle arrives, it is not merely a fulfillment of a wish, but a collision of my glory with your destiny. Trust the rhythm of my grace, for it is a heartbeat that never falters. You have lived in the tension of the not yet, but I am teaching you to dwell in the assurance of the already. In the unseen realms, I am moving obstacles you did not even know existed. I am softening the hearts of those who will support you. I am strengthening the foundations of your home, and I am preparing the very atmosphere into which your child will breathe. If I were to rush the process, I would cheat you of the depth of the testimony I am building within you. A fruit picked before its season lacks the sweetness I intend for you to taste, and a miracle born out of its divine timing would lack the fullness of the impact I have ordained. I am the great conductor, and I am tuning the orchestra of your life. Every pause is intentional. Every rest in the music is designed to make the coming crescendo more magnificent. I see the tears you have shed when the moon rises and your arms still feel empty, and I hold those tears in a bottle of remembrance, but I tell you now, those tears are the water for your harvest. Your womb is not a place of lack. It is a garden in its winter, and winter is not a death, but a deep, hidden preparation for the explosion of spring. I am the God of the seasons, and I am shifting your season right now. You have been in a season of waiting, but you are transitioning into a season of holding. Do not look at the calendar with dread, but look at it with anticipation. For every day that passes is not a day lost, but a day closer to the appointment I have set for you since before the foundation of the world. I am aligning your physical frame to the spiritual promise. I am harmonizing your soul with the frequency of my peace, so that when the life I have promised begins to stir within you, you will be a vessel of absolute rest. You do not need to strive to make this happen. You cannot birth a miracle through the strength of your own will. You birth it through the surrender to mine. Rest in the current of my will, for it is carrying you toward your shore. The delay has not been a punishment, it has been a protection. I have been shielding you, preparing you, and refining the miracle so that it is perfectly suited for you. I am the architect of time, and I do not miss my appointments. Your miracle is ripening on the vine of my faithfulness. It is gathering sweetness, it is gathering strength, and it is gathering the weight of my glory. When the world looks at you, they will not see the marks of the struggle, they will only see the radiance of the result. They will see that I am the God who remembers, the God who restores, and the God who makes all things beautiful in His time. So, breathe deeply of my peace. Let the anxiety of when be swallowed up by the certainty of I am. Your miracle is not late. It is arriving at the exact second that my power will be most visible and your joy will be most complete. I am the Lord of the harvest, and your field is about to burst into life. Trust my timing, for it is as perfect as my love for you. The stars are moving into place, the seasons are turning, and the rhythm of my grace is bringing you home to the promise. In the quiet corridors of your longing, where the shadows of not yet seem to stretch and lengthen, I want you to feel the warmth of my hand reaching for yours. You have often felt like a solitary traveler on a road that no one else truly understands. You have watched others pass by with their arms full, their laughter echoing in the distance, while you sit in what feels like a profound and aching silence. But I tell you, that silence is not empty. It is pregnant with my presence. I have never left you to navigate the complexities of your hope alone. Every sigh you have breathed into the night has been captured by my heart. Every tear that has stained your cheek has been a prayer that I have gathered and held. I am not a distant spectator watching your struggle from a high throne. I am the companion of your soul, the one who sits with you in the dust of your disappointment and lifts your head toward the horizon of my promise. Look around you, my beloved. This journey is not a punishment, nor is it a period of abandonment. It is a sacred invitation to intimacy. Before I place a child in your arms, I am choosing to wrap my arms around your spirit in a way you have never known before. I am filling the voids, the hollow spaces where fear and inadequacy have tried to take up residence. I am pouring the oil of my comfort into the cracks of your broken heart, mending the places where hope felt like it was leaking away. You have looked at your womb and seen a desert, but I look at your heart and see a garden that I am personally tending. I am the gardener of your soul, and I am pulling out the weeds of isolation and the thorns of comparison. I am planting seeds of a different kind, seeds of peace that surpass understanding, and joy that does not depend on a circumstance. When the world feels heavy, and the questions of others feel like weights upon your shoulders, lean into me. I am your sanctuary. I am the secret place where you can be fully seen and fully known without the need for explanation or defense. You do not have to try harder to find me. I am already there, closer than your very breath. I am the whisper in the morning that tells you that you are enough, even now, even in this season of waiting. Your worth is not defined by your productivity or your ability to bring life into the world. Your worth is defined by the fact that you are mine. Before the world was formed, I knew you. Before you ever dreamed of a child, I dreamed of you. And in this holy middle ground, I am teaching you a rhythm of trust that will be the foundation of the mother you are becoming. You see, the child you wait for will one day look into your eyes and see the strength of a woman who has walked through the fire and emerged with the scent of heaven upon her. You are being prepared. This isolation you feel is actually a separation unto me, a time where I am stripping away the noise of the world so that you can hear the frequency of my voice. I am teaching you how to lean, how to rest, and how to believe when the evidence is invisible. This is the training ground of miracles. I am building a testimony in you that will not only sustain you, but will become a lighthouse for others who find themselves in the dark. Do not fear the void, for the void is where my creativity does its best work. Just as I hovered over the face of the deep in the beginning, I am hovering over the deep places of your heart. I am speaking light into your darkness. I am speaking life into your stillness. I am filling the quiet rooms of your future home with the essence of my peace long before the first cry of a newborn echoes through them. I am the architect of your family, and I am laying a foundation of spiritual intimacy that will never be shaken. Every moment you spend in my presence now is an investment in the legacy you will leave. Walk with me. Do not run ahead in your anxiety, and do not lag behind in your despair. Simply walk. Each step we take together is a step closer to the manifestation of the promise. I am marking the path with signs of my love, a sunset that speaks of my glory, a word from a stranger that stirs your spirit, a quiet peace that settles over you when you should be overwhelmed. These are my love letters to you. These are my ways of saying, I am here, I am with you, I have not forgotten. You are not a forgotten daughter. You are the apple of my eye, the treasure of my heart, and the one for whom I am working all things together for good. Rest in the assurance that I am your ultimate fulfillment. The child will be a joy, a gift, and a miracle, but I am your life. I am the one who satisfies your soul in the parched places. When you feel the ache of longing, let it be a reminder to turn toward me, to drink deeply from the well of my love. I am the water that never runs dry. I am the bread that truly sustains. Even as your body prepares for the miracle of physical life, let your spirit expand with the fullness of my divine life. We are walking this path together, hand in hand, heart to heart. The journey is long, but the company is eternal. You are never, ever alone. Now, my child, let us move deeper into the sacred space where miracles are woven. I want to teach you the secret of the atmosphere you carry within the chambers of your heart. For belief is more than a fleeting thought or a desperate hope. It is the spiritual climate of your soul. Just as the physical world requires certain conditions for a seed to germinate, moisture, warmth, and the right soil, so too does the miracle I am planting within you require an environment of faith. When you stand in the place of belief, you are tilling the ground of your spirit. You are clearing away the rocks of doubt and the thorns of fear that have long sought to choke the hope I have given you. Do not think that your faith must be a roaring fire to be effective. Even the smallest spark of trust, when nurtured by my presence, creates a dwelling place for the miraculous. This internal environment you create is the sanctuary where I work. It is where my power meets your surrender and where my promise finds a place to rest. Look upon your body now, not through the lens of past disappointment or the cold, hard facts of a medical report, but through the eyes of its creator. I fashioned your frame in the secret place, and I know every stitch and fiber of your being. Your body is not a broken vessel, nor is it a source of shame. It is my masterpiece, a temple of the living God. I am calling you today to speak words of life over your own flesh. Your tongue is a rudder that directs the course of your life, and your words carry the weight of authority in the spirit realm. When you speak to your womb, do not speak from a place of lack, but from a place of my promise. Say to yourself, I am fertile because the source of life dwells within me. My body is a garden prepared for the seed of the Lord. My womb is a place of welcoming, a sanctuary for the new life He has ordained. When you speak these words, you are not ignoring your current circumstance. You are declaring the higher truth of my kingdom. You are summoning the future I have already written for you into your present moment. There is a profound, quiet strength in a heart that trusts in the impossible. The world defines the impossible as a wall, a dead end, an absolute finality. But in my presence, the impossible is merely the starting line. It is the canvas upon which I paint my greatest wonders. To trust me in the face of a barren diagnosis is to offer me the highest form of worship. It is to say, Father, I see the desert, but I believe in your rain. This trust is not a passive waiting. It is an active, vibrant positioning of your soul. It is the strength that allows you to stand upright when the weight of waiting tries to bow your head. It is the resilience that causes you to sing in the midnight hour. I see the tears you have shed over empty cradles, and I tell you, those tears have not been wasted. They have watered the soil of your faith, making it rich and deep, ready to sustain what I am about to bring forth. Do not be afraid of the silence of your body right now. In the natural, winter appears dead, yet beneath the frost, life is gathering its strength, hidden and protected. So it is with you. Your belief is the spiritual warmth that coaxes the life upward. As you align your heart with mine, you are creating a resonance. You are coming into harmony with the Creator of the universe. When my yes meets your amen, the heavens begin to move on your behalf. There is no biological clock that can outrun my timing. There is no medical impossibility that can stand against my decree. I am the one who opens what no man can shut. I am the one who calls things that are not as though they were. And I am calling you mother. I am calling your womb fruitful. I am calling your home joyful. Let your words be the constant echo of my voice. When the shadows of doubt whisper that it is too late or that you have been passed over, silence them with the truth of my character. I am the God of the breakthrough. I am the God of Sarah, of Hannah, and of Elizabeth. Their stories were not just for the pages of old. They are the blueprints for what I am doing in you today. Their laughter is waiting to become your laughter, and their testimony is about to be mirrored in your own life. Every time you choose to trust, every time you speak a word of life instead of a word of despair, you are building the nursery of your heart. You are making room for the miracle. Your faith is the bridge between the unseen realm of my promises and the seen realm of your experience. As you walk across that bridge, do not look down at the swirling waters of doubt, but keep your eyes fixed on me. I am the author and the finisher of your faith. I am the one who began this good work in you, and I am the one who will bring it to its glorious completion. Every breath you take is a gift, and every word you speak in faith is a seed sown into eternity. Watch as I tend the garden of your life. Watch as the barren places begin to bloom with the fragrance of new beginnings. You are cherished, you are chosen, and you are about to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. The miracle is not just a distant dream. It is a reality taking shape in the atmosphere of your love and faith. Now, as the atmosphere of your heart begins to shift, it is time for the great clearing. Do you not know that I am a God of order and preparation? When I created the heavens and the earth, I prepared the garden before I placed the man within it. I established the seasons, the light, and the nourishment before the life was even formed. So it is with you, my beloved. I am calling you to look at your life not through the lens of what is missing, but through the lens of what is about to arrive. This is the hour of the holy clearing. To receive the new, you must let go of the old labels of barren and forgotten, the old garments of mourning that you have worn for so long they have become like a second skin. Take them off. Lay them at my feet. I am replacing the spirit of heaviness with the garment of praise. Look around the rooms of your soul. Are there corners filled with the clutter of past disappointments? Are there shelves lined with the what-ifs and whys that have weighed you down? It is time to sweep them out. Use the broom of my word to clear away the dust of delay. I want you to make physical and spiritual room for the cry of a child. This is not a hollow exercise. It is an act of prophetic obedience. When you clear a space in your home, you are signaling to the heavens that you believe my promise is true. You are saying, Father, I trust you so much that I am preparing for what I cannot yet see. Shift your gaze from the lack to the fullness of my presence. A mindset of lack sees only the empty cradle, but but a mindset of expectancy sees the hand that is even now fashioning the miracle. I want you to begin to speak to the empty spaces in your life. Instead of saying it is empty, say it is being prepared. Instead of saying it is quiet, say it is waiting for the song of a lullaby. Your words have the power to create an environment where life can thrive. Do not let the vocabulary of the world dictate the reality of your kingdom inheritance. In my kingdom, the desert blooms and the dry bones live. Consider the soil. Before the seed is planted, the farmer must remove the stones and the weeds. The stones of bitterness must go. The weeds of comparison, where you look at the fruitfulness of others and wonder why your harvest is delayed, must be pulled out by the roots. Comparison is a thief that steals the joy of your specific journey. Your miracle will not look like anyone else's because your relationship with me is unique. I am tailoring this blessing specifically for your arms, for your heart, and for your testimony. I am asking you to live in the now of my promise. Do not wait for the physical manifestation to start your celebration. The joy of the Lord is your strength, and that joy is available to you this very moment. When you rejoice in the midst of the waiting, you confuse the enemy of your soul. You demonstrate a faith that is unshakable. You are telling the universe that your God is faithful and that his timing is perfect. This expectancy is a sweet incense that rises to my throne. It is the sound of a heart that has finally found its rest in my sovereignty. As you clean out the old, do not be afraid of the silence. In the silence, I am working. In the stillness, I am weaving together the delicate threads of life. The miracle is taking shape in the secret place. Just as a seed grows beneath the dark earth, unseen by human eyes, so is the life I am bringing to you. It is hidden in me, protected and nurtured until the appointed time of its unveiling. Believe that the space you are making is already being filled with my glory. Every prayer you have whispered into the void is being answered. Every tear you have shed has watered the ground of your future. I am the God of the breakthrough, but I am also the God of the process. And the process of preparation is just as holy as the moment of birth. I am preparing you to be a mother of great wisdom and depth, a woman who knows the value of the gift because she has walked the long road to receive it. The depth of your longing will be the measure of your joy. So clear the way. Open the doors of your heart wide. Let the light of my promise shine into every dark corner. There is no room for fear here. There is only room for love, for hope, and for the magnificent new life that is on its way to you. I have spoken it, and I will perform it. The womb that was called barren shall be called blessed, and the heart that was weary shall dance with delight. Prepare yourself, for the season of singing has come. Moreover, you must understand that this miracle I am performing within you is not a solitary event, restricted to the walls of your own home or the boundaries of your own lifetime. This child is a seed of destiny planted in the soil of a legacy of light. I have seen the long road behind you, the generations that came before, and I have heard the echoes of the prayers that were offered in secret by those who shared your blood. For too long, a shadow has lingered over your lineage, a whispering fear that barrenness was a permanent mark, a cycle that could not be broken. But I am the Lord, the breaker of chains, and I tell you this day, the cycle ends with you. I am reaching back through the corridors of time to heal the roots of your family tree. Where there was once a drought of hope, I am pouring the living waters of my spirit. The perceived generational curses, the patterns of loss, and the heavy mantle of disappointment are being dissolved in the heat of my love. You are not merely receiving a child, you are birthing a new era for your entire bloodline. This child will be a light bearer, a carrier of a different kind of DNA, a spiritual heritage that speaks of abundance, wholeness, and the faithfulness of the Almighty. I am rewriting your family's history, turning the page from forsaken to favored. This miracle is the sign and the seal of a covenant I am making with your future. Your children's children will tell the story of the woman who believed, the woman who stood in the gap when the world said it was over, and the woman who saw the hand of God move in the impossible. This child is the first fruit of a harvest that will span generations. You are the portal through which a new legacy of life is entering the world. Look beyond the nursery, beyond the first steps, and see the long line of descendants who will walk in the light because of the yes you have whispered in the dark. I am placing a crown of blessing upon your head that extends to every branch of your family tree. No longer will your name be associated with emptiness. From this moment forward, your lineage is defined by the fullness of my promise. I am removing every spiritual obstacle that has hindered those who came before you, clearing a path for this new life to run with strength and purpose. The light that is about to emerge from your womb will illuminate the path for many. This is not just a personal joy, though your joy will be overflowing. It is a monumental shift in the heavens. I am establishing a kingdom heritage through you. I am weaving threads of gold into the tapestry of your genealogy. Feel the weight of this glory, for it is a holy weight. You are becoming a mother of nations, a matriarch of the redeemed. Trust me as I do this deep work of restoration. I am going back to the beginning to make all things new. Every ancestor who wept for a child finds their answer in this moment. Every prayer for a legacy is being fulfilled in the miracle you carry. You are the point of departure from the old and the gateway to the new. Your lineage is blessed, your fruit is holy, and your future is secure in my hands. Walk in the confidence of one who knows that her life has changed the course of history forever. Listen closely to the rhythm of my heart as it beats in sync with yours. I am the Father of lights, and in me there is no shadow of turning. The light I am igniting within you is a flame that will never be extinguished. It will burn through the darkness of the past, clearing away the cobwebs of every ancestral sorrow. I am the God who remembers his covenant to 1,000 generations, and I am remembering the prayers of your ancestors through you. You are the culmination of their hopes and the answer to their deepest cries. This child will be a pioneer, a trailblazer who walks on ground that was once considered impassable. I am giving you a child who will have the wisdom of the ages and the freshness of the morning. This is my gift to a world that needs to see that I am still the God of the impossible. I am weaving a mantle of authority for you to wear, the mantle of one who has overcome. As you prepare for the arrival of this new life, know that you are also preparing the way for a whole new way of being for your family. The atmosphere of your home will be one of expectation and abundance. The words you speak will be seeds of life that will produce a harvest for years to come. I am teaching you how to steward this legacy of light, how to nurture the flame so that it grows into a great fire of revival. Your womb is the sanctuary where this divine purpose is being crafted. Every cell of this child is being knit together with the intention of heaven. There is no mistake, no accident, and no delay that can hinder the fullness of what I have planned. I am the Lord, and I watch over my word to perform it. You are stepping into a future that is bright with the radiance of my presence. The legacy of barrenness is dead. The legacy of light is born. Celebrate, for the lineage of the blessed has begun in you. I am with you always, guiding your steps and filling your heart with the peace that passes all understanding. You are my beloved daughter, and this is my promise to you. Your light will never grow dim, and your house will be called a house of life. Now, my daughter, I invite you to enter into a deeper stillness, a place where the noise of the world fades and only the rhythm of my heart remains. Close your eyes and lean into the warmth of my embrace, for I am about to show you what I am doing in the secret places of your being. Can you feel the shift in the atmosphere? It is the wind of my spirit, the Ruach, the very breath that moved over the dark, formless void at the dawn of creation, and commanded light to exist. That same breath is now moving over the quietness of your life, stirring the waters that have been still for too long. I am breathing the breath of life into your situation, and where there was once a heavy silence, there is now the vibration of a new song. This is not a distant promise. It is a present reality taking shape within the sanctuary of your womb. I want you to visualize the miracle as I see it. See the light of my glory descending like a golden mist, permeating every fiber of your physical body. I am the divine architect, and I am currently renovating your inner temple to prepare it for the guest of honor. Where there was dryness, I am releasing a river of living water. Where there was a sense of lack, I am pouring in the oil of my abundance. Can you see it? The miracle is taking root. It is like a seed of pure light being planted in the richest, most fertile soil of my grace. I am the one who prepares the ground, and I have found the soil of your heart ready and willing. I am smoothing out the rough places and making straight the paths. I am speaking to the very cells of your body, commanding them to align with the blueprint of heaven. Every hormone, every cycle, every intricate mechanism of your reproductive system is now being calibrated by my hand. I am breathing into the places that felt dormant, and I am saying, live. I am breathing into the places that felt empty, and I am saying, be filled. Do not look at the history of your body with eyes of regret. Look at it with eyes of expectation, for I am doing a new thing. Even now, the life force of my kingdom is flowing through you. I am placing a gift within you, a precious soul that has been known by me since before the foundations of the world. This child is not a coincidence. This child is a manifestation of my love and a testament to my faithfulness. I am the Lord who makes all things new, and I am renewing your hope even as I renew your flesh. Receive the gift I am placing within you. Open the doors of your soul wide and say, yes, to the miracle. Do not try to understand it with your mind, for it is a work of the Spirit. Simply feel the warmth of my hand resting upon you, blessing you, and sanctifying the space where life is being formed. I am weaving together the delicate threads of this new existence with the utmost care. I am the giver of life, and I am choosing you to be the vessel of this wonder. The barrenness you once knew is being swallowed up by the life that I am speaking into being. Visualize the roots of this miracle growing deep, anchoring themselves in the bedrock of my promise. They are strong, they are healthy, and they are nourished by the constant flow of my presence. You are not alone in this process. I am the silent partner, the watchful father, the one who sustains every heartbeat. Feel the peace that is settling over you now. It is the peace of knowing that the work has begun. The breath I am breathing into you is carrying the fragrance of heaven, the scent of new beginnings and fresh mercies. You are becoming a garden of delight, a place where life flourishes and joy abounds. I am removing the stones of doubt and the weeds of fear, leaving only the pure, vibrant life that I have ordained for you. This is the moment of your visitation. This is the hour where the spiritual becomes physical, where the word becomes flesh. I am breathing life into your dreams, life into your body, and life into your future. Receive it now. Let every breath you take be a reminder that I am with you, and that the miracle is no longer a distant hope, but a living seed growing within the embrace of my love. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I have declared that your story will be a story of life, laughter, and the fulfillment of every promise I have made to you. Rest in this truth, for my breath is your life, and my gift is your joy. Therefore, my beloved, let your heart settle into a deep and unwavering stillness. The turbulence of the waiting room is behind you, and the peace of the nursery is before you. I am calling you this day to step into a new identity, one that is not defined by the years of silence or the shadows of disappointment, but by the radiant light of my promise fulfilled. I invite you to walk from this moment forward as one who is already a parent in spirit. The womb of your soul is already full, and that which has been conceived in the secret place of my presence is now making its way into the physical realm. Do not wait for the physical evidence to begin your celebration. Let your joy be the evidence that calls the miracle into being. I have given you the keys to this new season, and the primary key is the posture of your heart. Carry yourself with the quiet, humble confidence of one who knows that her Father has spoken. When you look in the mirror, do not see a woman who is waiting. See a mother who is being prepared. When you walk through the rooms of your home, do not see empty spaces. See the playground of the miracle I am bringing. This is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not yet seen. I am weaving the very fabric of this new life within the sanctuary of my love, and I am inviting you to participate in this creation through your faith and your peace. The testimony of your miracle is not a distant event. It has already begun. Every time you choose peace over panic, you are writing a line of that testimony. Every time you speak words of life over your body, you are declaring the goodness of my kingdom. Your life is becoming a living scroll, a story of restoration that will bring hope to countless others who have sat in the darkness of the same valley you are now leaving. I am making you a sign and a wonder. People will look at the child in your arms and they will remember the God who does not fail. They will see the reflection of my faithfulness in the eyes of your little one, and they will know that I am the restorer of paths and the giver of every good and perfect gift. I am removing the barren label that the world, or perhaps your own heart, has tried to place upon you. I am replacing it with blessed, favored, and fruitful. You are a garden enclosed, a spring shut up, a fountain sealed, and I am the one who is now releasing the living waters to flow through you. Feel the shift in the atmosphere of your home. It is no longer an atmosphere of longing, but an atmosphere of arrival. Receive this final blessing of peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, a peace that stands guard over your heart and your mind. This peace is the atmosphere in which miracles grow. It is the quiet soil where the seed of life takes root and flourishes. Do not let the noise of the world or the echoes of past sorrows disturb this sacred quietude. I am with you, and my presence is the guarantee of your victory. I have spoken, and my word does not return to me void. It accomplishes everything I have sent it to do. And I have sent it to bring life into your womb, joy into your home, and a song into your mouth. The transition from the spiritual to the physical is occurring even as you breathe these words into your spirit. The miracle is no longer a someday. It is a now. It is moving through the corridors of time to meet you in the fullness of the moment I have ordained. Can you hear the soft whisper of the future? It is the sound of tiny footsteps on your floors, the sound of a soft breath against your cheek, and the sound of a laughter that will heal every wound of the past. This is the inheritance I have set aside for you. Prepare your heart as a mother prepares a cradle, with tenderness, with anticipation, and with a love that is already overflowing. You are not just receiving a baby, you are receiving a manifestation of my glory. This child will be a child of promise, a child of destiny, a child who will know from their very first breath that they were wanted, prayed for, and brought forth by the hand of the Almighty. I am reaching back into your lineage, and I am breaking every cycle of lack and barrenness, and I am reaching forward into your generations to establish a legacy of life. So, lift up your head. Let the light of my countenance shine upon you and be reflected in your smile. The desert has bloomed, the winter has passed, and the time of the singing of birds has come. Walk in this truth. Live in this assurance. Your miracle is here and your story of joy is just beginning. I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is there anything too hard for me? No, and you are the living proof of my power. Rest now in the embrace of my love, for you are home, You are whole, and you are a mother in my sight. The promise is sure, the word is final, and the life is coming. Go in this peace, and let your heart overflow with the praise of the one who makes all things new. You are entering your season of fulfillment, and the fruit of your womb shall be blessed.